Hello! Welcome to episode 50 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to just stake our problems in the face. We take our problems and we shoot an arrow into the chest so they fly into a radio and explode, death by stereo. And then we also push our problems into just a whole bathtub full of garlic and holy water and just watch them just fly like crazy, just like disintegrate and like volcano up into the air and just rain over us and destroy all of our plumbing in the whole house. Mostly.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy.
The whole death was nuts.
Yeah.
But every week we get together and we do our best to make a graphic novel. Most recently, it's been a semi-autobiographical time travel graphic novel musical. And Steven, we've been kicking butt. We've been stabbing them in the face with our stakes. How's it going? What were you supposed to do this week, Steven?
I was supposed to finish coloring the comic.
How'd it go?
And I finished coloring the comic.
Finished it!
Finished it! Falcon.
That's awesome. Oh man, dude, it's so welcome to our Lost Boys Spectacular episode 50. I hope you all enjoyed the song and everything that we put together. That was fun. Let's get a little bit of business. You did all your stuff, Steven. We have a finished book now. We have a book. All we have to do now is I have to throw the letters on top of the rest of the pages that you finish coloring, and that'll be the end. So, and I've already lettered all of the finalized pages that you've sent me. So it's just whatever the like 6 to 8 pages that you had left.
Yep, or I think it was like 5.5 or so. Yeah. But I don't think I uploaded a couple more of the pages I had done prior to saying 5.5. So yeah, because I don't think you have all of the campsite sequence, and that was done a day or two ago. So. Yeah.
So like as soon as I'm gonna go online, I'm gonna get all that stuff, and I already have all of the files ready to like literally just drop. It's like it's such a fun, fulfilling process because I already finished all of the hard part of the lettering. Now I just take the file and just drop it over your file, so it just looks nice
and make sure it lines up. Yeah,
dude, it's so good, and like everything lines up perfectly because I'm working off of the files that you already
the colors are literally on the same scale file, so it should all be good.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. It feels so good. I had a rough week because I had COVID, Steven. I got COVID. I was sick last week. I don't know if you noticed that I was not here. I seemed to be here. I know a lot of you were fooled. A lot of you have contacted us. You've been like, Anthony, I noticed that you changed your outfit a lot last week. And I was like, Nay. What you were seeing was an illusion created by...
It was algorithm, Anthony, okay? It's a bot that I made specifically just to cite off all of his introductions. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
He booped up an Anthony. I'm not even necessary anymore. Like, so you can see how little I do around here when you can just beep boop, and I just appear again. No, but it was like I hated missing a week, but you guys did great. I'm so glad that you were able to do that, and like I felt like a jerk. Like I know obviously it's not my fault, but like I felt like a jerk. I'm just like I hate missing. I hate not doing it. I want to do it, and I know I shouldn't be that person. I shouldn't be the person who's just like, oh, I always have to be productive, and I always have. But I am that person. I can't not. I'm not gonna pretend I don't want to be productive.
Stop being Bob from Bob's Burgers, okay? Take a day off, all right?
I can't, dude. No, like it's funny because like I enjoy it. Like I enjoy all the stuff we do. So then when I don't get to do it, it's just literally like me not getting to like experience those particular joys. I did experience a few different joys, like the joy of not tasting or smelling anything, Steven.
Oh man, you have video evidence of like the worst concoction. It's not as bad as the stuff that Tina had mentioned in our AMA, but what was it? Onions, mustard, sugar, all together, jelly.
It was so gross. Man. So for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure everyone's aware that, like one of the symptoms of COVID is you have the opportunity of losing your senses, which I have. It was terrible, dude. And so what I've been doing is I've been like randomly just mixing up foods and just seeing, just basically like testing the universe, being like, I want to like throw it to the universe and be like, because you know how it's like pride comes before the fall. It's like I am begging the world to just give me one of those moments where I'm like, I'll put anything in my mouth. And then like I just just want so bad. Just like I'll take that bite and I'll be like, just like, oh my gosh, I tasted it. It was disgusting. That was the worst.
Give me some wasabi glazed bull testicles. I can eat anything. You have no idea what.
the first thing I had. So like, yeah, so like that's kind of what I've been doing is like I've been just hoping, I've been begging like the universe just to like give me any sense of taste back. That being said, Steven, so I've been drinking my coffee as just black iced coffee is what I've been drinking, Steven.
There's no need to add all the pointless calories.
I don't need to add sugar. I don't need to add creamer. I don't taste it at all. Like there's nothing. There's nothing there. For some reason tonight, I wanted to have some coffee, and I poured my coffee, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna live like a pig man. I'm gonna be cultured. I'm gonna put some cream in my coffee like a human person. And I did it. I was like, I don't know why. I probably wouldn't even taste the texture difference really. You know, like maybe a little bit of like.
It does get a little silkier. Like whenever I add, that's the reason why I could drink just black coffee, but I really can't because I need the silkiness of the cream. So
the silkiness, like I have noticed there. It's like I'll get to like the texture thing in a second because it is pretty funny. But tonight, Steven, I took a sip of that coffee, and there was a faint sense of caramel.
Oh man!
I tasted it, Steven.
That's awesome.
And it wasn't like a full explosion, like Ratatouille, like Remy, like things dancing around. It was like Remy's uncultured brother, you know, like the one who's like he just wants to shove stuff in his mouth, but like when he eats it, there is that little spark of something. That's what I had, Steven. But like up until that point. For this whole week, it's been only a void of nothingness, just like bland death of my senses. So it's like that little spark was like it almost brought tears to my eyes. I was like, I tasted something.
That's amazing,
like, dude. It was like it was a very emotional sip of coffee for me because I was just like, I can't freaking wait. It's coming back. I'm back, baby.
I'm back full strength. Well, not full strength, but enough strength.
Yeah, dude. Oh, but it was so good because I'm so ready. I'm so ready for food. Like, you know what it's like to, like, eat a piece of pizza and not taste a piece of pizza? Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. And, like, you'd think that I would do the right thing and I'd be like, let me just eat all these vegetables because I can't taste anything anyway. No! I'm still just, like, desperately, like going after my normal food. I'm like, come on, come back to me. Come back to me. And it has not. But until tonight. And tonight I finally got something. It's weird, dude. Having no senses, like having no sense of taste and smell is very weird. It's very strange because like I start noticing things that like I never would have noticed. You know, like temperature and texture profiles of things that I
get so muted basically by the.
Well, like everything is gone. Like flavor wise, it's gone. But there is a weird sense of like whether or not something is tangy, or like. It's like I can tell if something's supposed to be sweet or savory, but I can't actually taste strong senses of sweet.
The nerve endings still react, basically.
Yeah, it's really weird, dude, because like I can tell when there is sugar in something. Like, I mean, of course I can feel some of the granules and stuff, but like I can sense the sweetness, but I can't taste it, and it's the strangest thing because I can't even.
That is weird.
I can't even describe that. Like when I try to, like, I'll drink orange juice, and like I notice the tang, I notice like the coldness of a tang. You know, it's different than water. But flavor-wise, it's just the same as water. It's just like there's nothing. It's literally nothing.
So it's almost like, you know, flavors and stuff are like in layers, like on Photoshop. It's just like,
yeah.
It's like, so you have all the flavor layers turned up, but the tang layer is still on.
Yeah.
So
there's like this, like super low opacity tang layer. I'm like, why am I sensing?
It's like 10% tang.
10% tang.
I prefer 100% tang, but
so this is it's going to be our Lost Boys special. If you didn't notice, we filmed a music video, Steven.
We did.
Steven, you put that cover together very well. For those of you who might not know, that song is Cry Little Sister from the soundtrack of The Lost Boys, one of the best vampire movies of all time. That's one of Steven and I, our favorite movie. It's one of the first movies that we bonded over, if not like the strongest movie that we bonded over. Filming that music video was so much fun.
It was. We
filmed the entire thing just in that one room that you're in right now.
It's what we always do. We're just like, hey, we could probably just shoot elsewhere. We're just like, or we could just, we can just film in here.
Let's just film everything in one place. so then we don't have to move.
Yeah, we just stay still. Kids are kind of doing their own thing a little bit. Maybe we'll be fine.
Oh, speaking of the kids, okay, so if you listen to the song, throughout the chorus, there's a choir of angelic voices singing "Thou shalt not kill," and you know, and other things. Stephen, we wanted to get your daughter to sing that part, and we tried our best.
Cambria actually had a good voice for it, but she didn't really have like the tempo, or the beat, you know, she doesn't have the click in her head. She doesn't feel the vibe perfectly. She's 6, and it's like she listens to music all the time. But I did the the good white lie thing, because she was like, Daddy, I want to hear me sing, and I'm like, okay, and I hit play, and it's just Anthony 6 times singing in different harmonies. It's not there's not one of those harmonies is her, but I mixed it down, man. I told her that she was in there. She even said, "That's Mr. Anthony." I'm like, "No, you're in there. How do you think Mr. Anthony sounds like a girl? Like, you're in there. You're just mixed down into the mix to kind of create this chorus effect."
So good. It was so
she's gonna watch this episode one day, and she's gonna hate me. She's
not gonna hate you. Okay, well, it was just so funny because we tried, and like you brought her into the room, and I was like listening through the door, and like, you know, I hear her just trying, but not. She wasn't taking direction, you know. Like it's like they're kids, you know. So like kids don't want to listen and understand how to like you know, just change things a little bit when you have to.
Oh, you mean do exactly the same way I did it the first time, Dad? 12 more times?
12 more times. Totally. Well, like what we did was I recorded a like bare bones, like very simple version of it for her, so she could sing along with me. And then she just didn't really use it, you know, as much. So anyway, so she left, and I was like, all right, Steven, I'm gonna do this real quick.
I'm just gonna go. You go ahead and build those bunk beds, because that's what was going on, I believe, that night you were doing vocals.
Yeah, so Stephen and Tina built bunk beds, and I sat in there just pretending I was 6 little girls. That's what I did.
That's what happened.
Why do you think The Lost Boys is so important to us?
I was actually thinking about it today, man. And I think it's just like one of those movies where it found us at the right age, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like it's just one of those movies that has a lot of the different arts going on in it at the same time. And like Cry Little Sister really, it doesn't make the movie, but that song was as big as the movie. And like those two in tandem with just like this different, because I mean, I'm not sure, like there was a lot of different 80s vampires movies, but I feel like that like was capturing that, like the bad boy vampire persona. Like, I mean, like David is like a timeless vampire, you know? Yeah. And like these things weren't done as much as they are done now. They're done as much as they are done now because of the Lost Boys. So like, yeah, I think it's just like one of those situations where that movie just found its audience and it probably wasn't even its target audience at the time. I mean, your aunts and uncles love it too, and they're older than us, but man, like that age group where we were at, we were probably like 10 or 11 years old finding this movie and like being obsessed with it, because it came out the year I was born. So like when we saw it, when we became enthralled with it, it was probably because of the Gen Xers in our lives, actually. Right. I mean, they probably the ones that introduced us to it. So
it's amazing because like it is so very much 80s, you know, like the costumes and the music and the, you know, just
the Corys.
The Corys.
Yeah.
But like it's so very much 80s, but like so Laura Kun on Twitter asked us, do you think the Lost Boys can still find new fans, or do you think it's only like the only reason it's relevant is because of nostalgia? And I was like, my immediate response to that was like, there is obviously a nostalgia to it, but I feel like there's so much more going on, you know, in that world. I feel like they set up a really cool vampire lore. They set up really cool vampire hunters. It had like the whole Goonies-esque, kids doing what they can.
It's a team fight too. That's what's so cool about it. Like most vampire movies have like your lone killer that's the BA, and like he goes and kills these like nests of vampires, or vice versa. There's a group that's killing one, like Dracula, where it's like the one vampire, you know. Like this was like a team. It was like the X-Men intro with the villains and the heroes just running at each other. Yeah. But like no, like I feel like that's what made it so great, was like this big showdown at the end, like this like
Well, the entire ensemble works, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because like every character, no matter how silly or 80s they look, like every character is a strong character, and it's really great. But like
even Max is fantastic in that movie.
Dude, I mean,
even the mom is fan. I mean, like every character is a character. You know what I'm saying?
Every character is such a strong character that it's just like it works so well, and like it isn't as if like the movie is only resting on the laurels of the 80s. Like it's not like when I watch it, I never have the thought of like, oh man, I wish I can go back to that time. If anything, I'm looking at their hair and I'm like, haha, that's silly. Like look at Marco's hair. It's like the silliest curly mullet in the world.
Looking like Beethoven.
But like, it's funny because, and that's kind of what I was thinking is like, it's amazing despite the nostalgia, kind of, you know, like it's like the brotherhood and like the camaraderie of the friendships that are built, and like the weirdness of like the Frog Brothers trying to get Sam to kill his own brother, you know, like there's so many. It's just like all of the characters just come together in this like the best sort of stew, and it just worked for that time. And honestly, like we haven't really seen anything else like it. Like there aren't a lot of even like modern vampires that are like fun and scary and kind of badass, and this like the Lost Boys just kind of like tapped into all of them. Like they allowed the vampires to be like a little cool and a little sexy and a little scary and a little, you know, like it was dark, but it was.
Dude, the reveal scene with the gang on the beach and like dude, that scene is insane because like the movie does go like a decent stretch before the reveal, and like it's such a good reveal. Like Michael is just like blown away at what's happening before his eyes, and like it's just awesome, dude. Like I don't know, I love that movie. Like obviously love that movie because we have a 50th episode special for it, but like yeah man, no, that movie's great on so many accounts.
So two people I have one more question I just want to get to because two people asked this. Amber is editing, and the true John West, whom we love, asked,
the meme lord, man,
so good.
But so good.
He asked, do the vampires in this movie flap their arms to fly, or do you think they just Superman it? Now okay, obviously, we kind of
know. I mean, the answer is kind of the Superman, right?
Yeah, they kind of Superman. I mean, you can tell based on the fight scene at the end between David and Michael. You can tell the way they fly back and forth that they're just kind of, you know, my turn, and you know they're just using their bodies to fly in whatever direction they want, like Superman does. You know, like there's no actual like trajectory change with arms or anything. Like they're just choosing to magically fly.
I'm just imagining David flapping his wings though.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, that being said, there are probably some vampires in that universe that are like trying to figure it out, right?
Like, absolutely. There are some marks, you know, that have not figured it out yet and are just like doing their best to fly and look cool while doing it.
Well, it's so funny. It reminds me of like Buffy, how all the vampires magically know kung fu, you know, or it's like, you know, like in the Lost Boys universe, once you become a vampire, do you just automatically know how to fly? Do you automatically know how to make your face do the like scrunch
vamp
thing?
Out?
Yeah, do you know how to do that right away?
Which, by the way, I think the vamping out thing, that Lost Boys kind of created that, right? To some extent.
I mean,
I'm trying to think. Most vampires, it was always just vamping out was always just fangs kind of pulling down.
I wonder. I would like to look that up and see like where that really came from, because I mean, like obviously, The Lost Boys was the first time I'd ever seen it. You know, it was like it felt like I remember as a child, like a really young child, watching Lost Boys on TV and like loving it, and then being really scared during like the scene at the campfire, because I was really small, and I remember like when their brow changed and it was like, oh my god, I was like
their
terrified.
Cheeks and their brows, like it was
and I was like, I was so scared that like I remember my parents like muted the TV and they were like, go touch the TV, it's a TV, they're not real. I was just like, you know, like I don't wanna, you know, but dude, I don't know, but it's so effective. It's such a cool look, and it's classic. And like now, of course, I associate it with like Lost Boys, Buffy, like pretty much every.
Which I need to check my source, but I'm pretty sure Joss Whedon references that from Lost Boys. I think I read that somewhere. I'm not positive, people. So you can kill me. Don't kill Anthony. It's not his fault.
Don't kill me. Oh,
That's a good question, though. I'm just imagining, honestly, though, like just a slight detour out of Lost Boys for a microsecond.
No.
Invincible brought that whole idea of like creating your own flight space.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of the first places that's ever kind of described it. And like when Omni-Man is explaining to his son like how like you create your own momentum. Like I'm like, man, that's so cool. I mean, it's obvious that's what you do when you're flying like that, but it's cool that it has to be acknowledged. Like, no, like you can push off of just thin air. So yeah, the Lost Boys are just literally pushing off of thin air. They don't need their own, they create their own momentum basically.
Okay, there was another question. I should have written down who asked, but I didn't, unfortunately. Sorry, it doesn't matter. But someone asked, and I'm curious because I've never thought of this. They all wear boots, right? The vampires, like the bad, like the vampire group, for the most part, the boys, all wear boots, like just kind of like combat boots and stuff. They have gnarly, crazy vampire monster feet that they use to hang upside down.
Yeah, so how do they...
Are they fitting those feet in those boots? Okay. Do the feet
vamp out?
Do the feet vamp out?
Do the boots vamp out? I mean, does any object on the Lost Boys vamp out with them? Like,
I don't... Okay, obviously, they have to put the shoes on, because they have shoes on. Like, they wear boots and stuff when they're walking around the boardwalk. But they're hanging upside down, sleeping from their crazy talons, like until night falls. But then, like, it seems as if they just kind of fly out of the cave. Like, I mean, when it shows, like, them go after, like, they're just immediately dropping down and going to get...
So what you're telling me is we need to make a spin-off movie where David actually pursues them from the cave and he gets to quote John McClane because he's barefoot the whole time.
Right.
He's chasing.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just wondering why they're not barefoot when they go after the boys. Like, shouldn't they all be? Maybe they are. Maybe Dwayne is. I don't remember if he has the one who gets like Death by Stereo. Does he have shoes on? I can't remember now. But like, it's driving me crazy because I was just like, they really shouldn't have shoes on. It's kind of like when Batman takes off his mask and he doesn't have black makeup on his face.
It's like how are you doing that, Bats?
He should have black makeup around his eyes because he always has black makeup around his eyes when he has the mask on. So when the mask is off, therefore, black makeup should appear. The Lost Boys should not have boots on.
We need like a Lost Boys cribs. We should have done a Lost Boys cribs, like this, like they do like the quick camera pans, and then like shows Marco. It's like, yeah. So whenever we buy a new pair of boots, we just take our knife out, we kind of cut a slit right here so our little talons can pop out. But the slit isn't wide enough so that we can't, still walk around in our boots. Like, just like all these, like...
It makes sense.
I mean, probably what they did.
I'm sure at least one of the Lost Boys was, like, super talented when he came to, like, just crafty. He was crafty. There's a crafty boy.
All right, boys, let me see your boots. I'll sew them back together. It's morning. It's evening now. It's time to go out.
So, Steven, there's so much we could say about the Lost Boys, but we do have a special surprise, Steven. The Frog Brothers, whom we are dressed as right now, who we just made a music video. We were the Frog Brothers in our music video, but they have a special message for us, Steven.
Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited to hear it, and for the people to hear it.
Yeah, they have a special message for us for our 50th episode. So let's play that and hear what they have to say.
Hello, this is Edgar.
Hey, this is Alan Frog.
And we're the Frog Brothers.
So, looks like you got a podcast that's reaching 50th episode.
Yeah, first of all, I want to know how many pods does it take to get to an episode?
Yeah, and why are you casting them off? Where are you casting them off to? I don't understand.
I'm confused about all of it. But this message is for Stevie Wildcard and
Anthony.
Yeah.
Now, this is a book by
Antoine Starpuncher,
now,
whoever that is.
That's a great name.
I say we go punch some stars right now.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, stars and vampires...
I like to hurt them.
Yeah,
I like to hurt them. Because what's a star anyway?
Yeah, like a star is...
Not like the star we know, because she's hot.
She was hot, so I don't want to...
But she's old now, because she's not a vampire anymore.
She's probably still hot, but we'll get to that later.
Really.
No, probably.
Whatever, dude.
Listen. a couple things.
First of all, just because you were a vampire for whatever.
Hey, I was a vampire.
5
you know
years, 10 years. You took some time off. You look great. Not the rest of us aren't so lucky. I happen to drink frog juice. It keeps me looking virile.
You should try frog juice, and also maybe try becoming a vampire for a second, and then watch it, because if it gets too much, we're gonna kill you.
All right. So anyway, listen. They've got some questions. I don't understand any of it, but I'm gonna try. Will you please tell us if all magicians are vampires? What the hell are you talking about?
All right, so this has been a rumor that's been going around lately about a rumor.
I
don't think there's any truth to it. I don't think there's any truth. We looked into it. We actually staked a couple magicians just to kind of see, and it was lucky that they were in their box so they didn't get killed. So that was lucky because they were innocent people. They weren't vampires. So I don't think every magician is a vampire. Certainly every vampire is not a magician. Maybe it is on some level. Certainly an undead magician.
Well, first of all, yeah, vampires can do things that norbies might consider magical because we can't fly and stuff. Yeah, but
if that's your question.
Is that magic, or is that just an after effect of being part of the undead, right?
Yeah,
you're just a
dark
ghoul.
arts.
You're a ghoul.
Magical. Oh, it's magical.
Whoa.
You're gonna get staked. Is what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's magical that you're a ghost and you fly around.
Yeah.
Does that make you magical?
Guess
No,
what
that
else is
makes
magical?
you an ugly, stupid ghost.
Stake in the heart is magical. All
right.
Another one.
Okay. Wait. Now. What? The other question is, if a trident would be the perfect vamp slaying weapon.
So trident, just to sort of.
I don't even chew gum.
Well, I'll recommend 4 out of 5 people try a trident to kill a vampire because you got your 3 prongs, and that's what's good. It's a good weapon. It's a good idea, and I'm bummed that we didn't think about it. I'm going to
tell you. Let me tell you what I'm bummed about. I'm bummed that I didn't use. Where is it? This stick right here. See, that's a trident, and I'll use it right there, right through your heart, right now. How about that?
Dent.
You like that?
It's a 1 dent.
Yeah. 1 dent. The dent goes inside you.
You make us doubt what we do.
You explode.
You make us
doubt
it. You make us doubt our vampire hunting. It's over.
It's over for you. So,
you have one
I
more
hope
chance.
you really enjoyed yourself. I'm not giving him a chance.
I'm just not from us. I'm just saying from other people might give him a chance again.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying I feel kind of bad. They wanted a video and now they're dead to us. I feel like they deserve a chance.
It happens.
Yeah,
you're dealing with the Frog Brothers.
Life.
You're dealing with the Frog Brothers, man. That's what you get.
You think that Michael? You think that Kiefer? You think that David?
I don't know what you're talking about. You're losing your mind, man.
David, you think that David
are you turning into a vampire again or something? What's going on right now?
You really think that David invited us over for tea? Is that what you think?
I don't know, man. Anyway, listen. I gotta go. I've had enough of this nonsense. Alan, we're gonna have to get you checked out. Stevie, Anthony, hang in there or don't.
You guys are awesome.
Because if you hang, that means you're probably a vampire too.
It's probably true.
Get yourself a garlic t-shirt. Have a good night.
Yeah.
And stay safe.
Tell your brother you feel better.
All that good stuff.
Everything.
Frogs out.
Isn't that amazing?
Dude, I just love how cool, and Corey's great, but I just love how cool Jameson is the whole time. He's just just on key, when he slipped up with the Kiefer thing too, and maybe
so good. It's so good, dude. I was so happy to get that back. It killed me to keep that surprise. To not just, I wanted to show you immediately, and I wanted to show everyone, but it was just I can't. It has to be a surprise for episode 50. It's important, but how cool is that? We got the actual Frog Brothers to do a quick video. So thank you so much.
And to say our names too. That's the best part. Hearing the Antoine Star Puncher and the Stevie Wildcard.
It's so good. Isn't that oh my gosh. And to answer our question about magicians being vampires is so funny.
Yeah, dude. Dude, it's so great. James, him saying that my weapon idea was very effective.
It's so good. So dude, but anyway, it's so cool to hear from the actual Frog Brothers. It's just so cool. Sure. I love it so much. I've seen that Corey Feldman, I think he wants to do a Jason versus his character from the Friday the 13th movies or something, and I like that he has some sort of personal attachment to these roles and wants to stay relevant in the genre and stuff, but I want them to make Frog Brothers stuff.
Like I want them to make Frog, to quote Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec, I want them to remake the Frog Brothers, and I want them to get it right.
Yes. No, it's very true, dude. Like that's exactly what I wanted to do. That's what I would need them to do. Like I got this book here, which is like Reign of the Frog Brothers, and I've been reading it, and I'm just like, it's not that it's bad. It's just that it's like, it's not what I want it to be. You know, and like that's not fair. It's not fair to feel that way about anyone else's art. But here's the thing. It's mine. The Frog Brothers are mine. I own them. like in my heart, when I read that, I'm like, that's not the thing that I think you're capable of doing with the Frog Brothers. You know, it's like I see that you have some ideas that are cool, but it's just like the wrong kind of cheese. You know, and it's like you need the right kind of cheese for the Frog Brothers. It's very weird to see like David come back, and like the fact that they were planning on not killing him with the antlers the way that he obviously seemed to die in the movie.
I mean, he turned young. That's my problem with it.
Yeah. Oh, he died. Like that's okay. So it definitely affected him enough to like hit the reset button on his puberty. You know, like what? Yeah. Like that was interesting. So I want to live, like we talked about this earlier, but like I want to know that alternate timeline and like how they were actually going to explain that and like justify it, and what they were planning on doing with it and everything. You know, I don't know. I feel like the Lost Boys is such a like interesting property, especially since initially all of the characters were going to be like aged down. It was supposed to be, yeah, it was supposed to be more of like a Peter Pan, like Lost Boys, like young kids type of thing. Like everyone was going to be like Laddie's age, you know? Yeah, so it's like, it would be such a different movie to like have those, like really young kids as the Frog Brothers and stuff. It would just be a little goofier than it is. Like it is goofy in a fun way, but it's funny how like they could take characters like the Frog Brothers who had no actual experience in hunting vampires, but they still had like some sort of like gravitas. Like they still like, I still like believe that they could beat the vampires. Like they still to some extent knew what they were talking about, which we all kind of know what we're talking about with vampires to an extent. Like it's or at least we all know the same nonsense. Like we all know about sunlight and holy water and garlic and stakes to the chest and like potentially silver, maybe not silver, but we're not really sure. Like it's just funny. Yeah, like it's just so cool that like they took characters who had never experienced vampires, like let us watch them experience vampires for the first time and actually succeed to an extent. Like I feel like the Frog Brothers didn't actually get to kill many vampires with the exception of Marco. Like they were almost killed by Laddie. Paul basically almost kills them, except for Nanook comes in and pushes him into the holy water, right? Like, I mean, he says try holy water death breath, right?
Yeah.
He does get to spray him at least, but he was gonna murder those children, like he was one of the scary. I think he like looked the scariest, especially once he had like the holy water burning his face and everything. It was like reminiscent of that scene from Batman. Do you remember when the Joker gets water splashed in his face and he starts pretending that he's like burnt and like and he goes boo and he's just like he has like the makeup scratches in his face and stuff. It just reminded me of that, but like scarier, just like terrifying vampire. But I just remember just like the flesh like specks being like that were.
Oh burnt. Like the splatter basically.
Yeah, that splatter from the holy water. Just like I remember seeing that as a kid and be like, oh, like that's a scary one, But it's so cool that we got to see the Frog Brothers face him and face Laddie and face all these, and like come out feeling like they were champions, like it's pretty awesome, and like I want those characters to have more of a story where we get to just see more of that,
where they actually kind of fill the booths that they say they could fill, like where they are like actually existing in these worlds.
It just
hunting vamps.
It would be so cool, and like it would be fun to watch them learn as they go, and not always jump right to the like, oh, they're the Frog Brothers, so they're, you know, the strongest, best vampire hunters in the world. It would be cool if they kind of sucked at it a little, you know, you know, obviously they have to be competent, and they have to, or mostly they have to be confident, and they have to be kind of like wanting to be badasses, you know. But like, I like. It's just like my favorite scene in any superhero, or like a superhero origin story at least, is like the hero discovering their powers and how they use it. You know, like there's nothing more fun for me than watching Spider-Man learn to shoot webs and like try to web them for the first time. Dude, like say what you want about Superman, but every Superman movie, when I watch him like try to take flight for the first time, I'm like, yes, and like I just
it's so epic, yeah,
going every time. I'm just like, I want to watch it, and like I like those scenes. And yeah, we've way surpassed that as in epic scale as far as like superhero movies are concerned, because like nothing has surpassed the whole like Thor, Mjolnir, and Captain America's hand. Like that was like there have been so many awesome moments though. But anyway, my point is, like, I like watching a hero become the hero, you know? Like, there's so much to enjoy about watching someone recognize their own, like, power, you know? And, like, if someone gets, like, Mary Sued, you know, where there's, like, they're suddenly, like, the most badass character in the world, it's, like, it's not as much fun because you don't get that journey. And, like, you don't get that discovery of them feeling that sense of like self-worth, you know, or like that sense of power, you know, like the first time, you know, he stakes a vampire, it's like, oh my gosh, I freaking did it, you know, like that's amazing.
And then like, the chaotic amount of blood,
it was crazy.
Like,
and like,
just, like,
dude, and I love it. The whole like no two vampires go out the same way. Like it was so awesome, and it was just like that's the kind of energy that like I really would like to see in like other, you know, property, like Lost Boys properties and like Frog Brothers properties. But I feel like it's like that's not really what they want to give us. What they want to give us is like the badass, like grizzly. I'm a vampire killer, and this is what I do. You know, and like that's all they are. Where it's like I just want to see a little bit more of them growing as vampire hunters. You know, because like, it was the most fun part of the movie for me, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, but I don't know, dude. I don't think any other vampire movie has really like done what that one has. Like, there have been some that have come close. Like, have you ever seen Near Dark? No. Like, there are things I didn't like about Near Dark, but Near Dark did share it was like around the same time, and it did share like the badass subculture vampire, you know, like the vampire with the leather jacket who's kind of like a badass and doesn't care, you know, like the counterculture, you know, like I don't want to be a part of like mainstream society, I'm just gonna be, you know, like go live my life as this vampire and kill people from town to town and stuff. But it's just like there was this but it's like a small group of like badass vampires, just like in Lost Boys, and they're all like leather jacket wearing, cigarette smoking, you know, like black car with the paint over the windows so they can drive during the day type of, you know, vampires. And like, it's really cool. It's a good movie. There's some things that I didn't love about it, but it's a lot of fun, and it's like one of the closest I've seen to Lost Boys that had that like that feeling to it, except for the only difference for me is like there was nothing glamorous about those vampires. Like when you watch Lost Boys, it's like part of me is like, I kind of want to be one of those vampires, you know, like you know, I kind of like
those guys are really cool.
Those guys are really cool. They might all have mullets and like wear leather jackets and stuff, and like, you know, but like they're cool. There's something really just like that life seems great, you know. They're just like hanging out and having a good time together. It seems like they feed because they have to, you know, but otherwise they're just a bunch of buds. Just hanging out, having fun.
They go watch Saxman play every now and then, you know, like they just
No other vampire movie has the oiled up sax guy. So what are you gonna do? I don't know. I've been trying to think of like other modern vampire movies that like had that sense of coolness to it. Like you know, where you kind of want to be one of the vampires, but you also are like kind of scared of the vampires. You know, it's weird. It's such a fun tone that I don't think really exists in any other movie. You know, it's like nothing really comes to mind.
I feel like with Lost Boys, there's just so much good about it that like for example, it's not a great movie, but John Carpenter's Vampires actually has like a lot of cool ideas and like
for sure.
characters and things like that going on. Like the head vampire they were chasing, like I remember feeling like very intimidated by him. I can't really he had like the long long curly hair and the nails and all that, but yeah, then like their techniques of killing it, their windows, like there were so many
my favorite thing about John Carpenter's Vampires was just the very beginning. I hate feeling like that, but and like I love John Carpenter. I think he's like a living legend. You know, like he could have made The Thing and retired as far, you know, or Halloween and retired, or like Escape from New York and retired. But like he's just like keeps making it like They Live and retired, but he doesn't. He just keeps making these movies. But like, dude, the beginning of the movie where they're basically fishing for vampires and dragging them out into the sun, that was awesome. That idea is so cool. The idea of like chaining these vampires and like dragging them into the sun and letting them burn as they, you know, just like as the sun rains on it, was amazing. Like it was so cool, and I wanted the whole thing to just be that. You know, I just wanted the whole thing to be that, and them just like having to deal with like vampires that pop up and do different stuff, like just that, more of that. More of that. And like, and I know it's like you can't just do that over and over, but I would have watched it, and I would have loved it. Like I really, money. Yeah, dude. I love that whole segment of the movie so much.
No, that opening sequence is straight fire for sure. Like it's awesome. Yeah, just them getting dragged out and bursting in sunlight. Violent vampire deaths are just the best.
They're just so much fun. Like it's so much fun. It's because they're monsters. You know, it's like you have to feel there's no remorse. You know, they're terrible creatures. You know that they're evil. They're like the closest to demons that we get without, you know, being a demon. You know, like they're literal bloodsuckers. There's nothing. Like the concept of vampires is so scary if you actually think about it. You know, like if there was actually a creature that was so terribly thirsty for just our blood, that's terrifying. Like, dude, terrifying. Like
to be the prey of something like that.
Basically. Yeah, to be the prey of something like. Because I mean, obviously, we can sit here in our rooms with like posters and comic books and stuff on the wall and not have to worry about lions. You know, like I don't have to worry about any sort of predator whatsoever. Like, you know, and of course, like, you know, I can like get in my head about like home invasion. It's like the scariest, like closest version to a monster that we're gonna find is another person who's going to just come into our homes uninvited. But yeah, so like just the idea that there is like this crazy alpha predator that's out for literally our blood, like we are actually their food, is pretty
like they don't eat anything else. Like they only eat people. It's not like they have like a range diet where they, you know, sometimes they'll suck the blood of a chicken. Like no, they drink human blood.
Yeah, it's terrifying, dude. It's like it is a really scary idea. It's just not something that obviously it's not real. So like so we get to like have that like, you know, that little step of removal where it's like it's not real, so it's not really scary, but if you think about it, it's a really terrifying concept, you know. Like I mean, zombies are equally scary, but I find that I think zombies are scarier when they're strong, you know, like when a zombie is just coming, like the original Night of the Living Dead, when the zombies are just grabbing at you and trying to get you, and they're not just like, you know, when they feel like they have some agency or like some capacity to actually hold or grab, it's scarier, you know. But a vampire is like 10 times that because they're even stronger than humans.
I think like I'll actually just, I think I want to say like vampires, out of most of your typical run of the mill horror monsters, like there probably are just the scariest because of their desire for human blood, like you're saying. Because like zombies are scary because they do the same thing, but they're also just, zombies are almost like representative of chaos. So they're not so much, they're just scary because you just don't want to be spotted by one, you know. But and like werewolves is just a man that can't help it. Anything that's in his way, it's like almost like Incredible Hulk. He's just going to slash and tear whatever he comes in contact with. Whereas a vampire is like, no, I choose to like not only hunt you, but like play with my food too. Like I want to, you know, entertain myself while I hunt you, basically. Like they're just the most twisted, I guess, to some extent, you know?
Yeah. I mean, especially I think one of the things I like a lot about vampires is that there's such a wide spectrum of possibilities with vampires, because you can do the whole spectrum of consciousness with vampires. Like, you can literally have a brain dead, thirst hungry, like, you know, just like fangy monster who just like, you know, like what they become in From Dusk Till Dawn, you know, where it's just like monsters that are only out for, it's just, they're bloodlusty. That's all it is. They're just coming at you, and like there's no stopping them. You know, it's just like, it's just an instinct that they need your blood, and so they're coming at you. Or you can literally have you can have an incredibly self-aware, conscious vampire who just chooses what he's eating or what she's eating, you know, and like that's scary, you know, like like either is terrifying, you know, like just have a creature that's stronger than you, who's faster than you, who can just destroy you, you know, who wants to eat you, terrifying. Then to have one that literally is looking at you because they want to eat you on purpose, like
and enjoys it and like thinks it's cool, and like no, that's why they're still so relevant. Like, that's why, like, don't get me wrong, werewolves are still relevant. Zombies are definitely relevant right now. Like, that's the vampire of the 2020s and the teens. But vampires are just, they can always be spun and they can always be refreshed. They're just a timeless monster for sure.
The Lost Boys will continue to be a timeless monster as well, Steven. It's going to live forever, I swear. We're gonna be talking about it by episode 100, and I swear to God.
I'm gonna talk to Kiefer myself.
Oh man, episode 100, we're gonna get Kiefer on the podcast.
Listen, Kiefer, I know you've aged a lot, but if you have a set of deer antlers, I have a magic trick I can perform.
I've heard this works wonders. I went to St. Augustine where they had the Fountain of Youth, and really it was just a bunch of deer antlers all over the place. Everyone
the key is to not pierce your heart when I push you through. The lungs can shred them. We'll figure it out.
We don't need
on an iron lung. You'll heal. But this is going to turn you young. Steven, you killed Kiefer. And he's not young. Well, it worked in the damn movie. I'm not sure what's going on, Anthony.
Just keep doing it. Oh, poor Kiefer. I brought up episode 100. I'm going to suggest. Now, maybe it will change by the time we get there, but I'm going to say right now, when we get to episode 100, musical episode.
Oh man, I almost want to bump that to 75.
We could. It doesn't matter. Like 75 is a big like.
Maybe we should set like a goal, like, or something. But I don't know. I'm definitely for 100. I'm almost for 75.
Okay. I'm gonna say it. We're almost to 500 subscribers right now. Right? Like, we're almost there. We're getting there. Like, we're growing, like, casually. Like, we're growing. Almost to 500 now. If we can get to 1,000. Now, the reason is just because it would be it would be an amazing feat to get to 1,000 by episode 75. Mm-hmm. Like, that would take people actively trying to help us out. It would take people like finding us, like, following us, because it's slightly faster than our average has been so far, Mm-hmm. But if we make it to episode 70, I guess it would have to be 74. But if we make it to episode 74 and we get to 1,000 subscribers, episode 75 will be a musical episode.
I'm so down. I want to hear your hello in song form. I'm so excited for that.
It's going to be so good. I can't wait, dude. So if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers by episode 74 so we can make episode 75 a musical. It'll be so much fun. Dude, so what are you going to do this week? You finished coloring, so you got to start working on music? What are we doing?
Yeah, man. I guess music is next. Guess I'll start plugging along on that. Since it's all colored now, after you get the word balloons on, I want to double check anywhere where there isn't color. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe a layer didn't lay right. Like maybe a green glow didn't overlap over a black line where it should have. So I think we should just do like a little check over those, which you've been pretty good about already. Anyway, you've been finding things that have.
Oh, I have colored things that have not been colored.
He's the captain now.
I am the captain. Yeah, I'm not saying that all of the art was me. Just all the good art was mine. I like all the. That's like one of my favorite things to do is just like. I have to fix these little insignificant things that would take Steven like 2 seconds to fix anyway, but I'm like, Steven, look what I had to do, Steven. Why did I have to do this?
See these 2 pixels I covered up that you forgot about?
How dare you? How dare
you?
This work.
But dude, what's crazy, but it's good work, because what's crazy about those tiny little pixels that are not visible on the digital screen is when you print them, sometimes it's just like a white dot. That's why I'm so careful with leaving like no like true white on the page. But printers pick true white up and they're like, yes, white, and they just like, and it's like this dot on the page and just hurts your eyes. But yeah,
dude. So okay, so we're gonna solidify this week. I'm gonna letter everything you give me, which will be the rest of the book. So we're going to have a fully lettered and colored book by this week, and it's going. And like my son is in school now, which means I have a full 6-7 hours where
that's awesome.
I just get to work.
I'm so jealous of you, man. Like, I can't wait until like we're selling enough comics to where I can like at least take a day or 2 off during the week.
Dude. I know.
I'm so excited for that, because like, dude, I've been pushing through, because like quitting WoW has like completely changed the game for me, obviously. But like I still work 42 and a half hours a week. I mean, that stuff. I mean, you're just so, and I work in the sun, so summertime it's even worse. Like
I know.
Wintertime, I have way more energy coming home from work. But yeah, man, it's gonna be exciting. Like and we're just steadily growing, like as we always have been. We're on episode friggin' 50. Like we made it to 50.
We made it to 50.
Almost a full year, dude. It's crazy.
We've been doing this, and like between the 2 of us, we haven't missed a week of our podcast, which is amazing. And I'm so happy, and like I think that I don't know. I'm so glad that everyone's still with us and listening and enjoying what we're doing. It's been amazing, dude. And just the fact that like our process is what it is and has been getting better. I can't wait for Deathless. Like I feel like
be good.
I feel like it's right around the corner and it's going to explode. I think. Like I really feel like I'm gonna write it pretty quickly, because I've been pretty much on fire just to freaking do it. You know, like I can't wait to do it. So like the first issue is gonna come out like nothing, I think. And I'm ready for it. And I think, as far as like your process and like how you've been progressing lately, I think that we're gonna finish Deathless so fast. You know,
you'll be able to probably flat Deathless too, which is
100%.
The flats are gonna be a lot more simple.
100%. It's like because we're gonna be inking, and like the solid inks are so easy to flat. You know, like if you actually have like an outline of ink, it's just so easy to basically like, especially with my program, it's so great filling that space with just like I could use a bucket to like paint bucket tool for most of it, and it's like simple. Dude, but I'm excited. I'm so excited for that. This week, I'm going to finish all the letters, and I'm also going to send you what I have of the songs. So if you want to start messing with like the music for our music,
just want me to Lost Boys. I hope that's how it happens, man. Because like literally, like we decided to do a Lost Boys cover, and like I found a drum track, and I literally basically had 95% of the song done musically done within like 2 hours. Like I was just like full mode. I'm like, oh, I'm vibing this. It feels good, you know.
It was so much fun. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I love doing that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to sing that song. It was a lot of fun to make the video with you. And
I thought you hit the notes. I thought you hit the notes amazing. And like my kids asked to listen to it in the car all the time, so it's got some replay value with the kiddos. You know,
that's awesome. I love it, dude. I wish Atlas would like get into it and start liking it. I tried playing it for him, and he's like, "It's pretty good, Dad, but it's also a cover. Don't you have anything original?" Jeez. And I was like, "Come on, son. Like, you're my son." No. But he's so sweet, but he's just like, "Oh, it's good, Dad." But like he's not getting into it yet. And I'm just like, I want you to like this so bad.
I think I just force music on my kids so much, like because like when they come in the car, they will always like they know it's either Deer Hunter Brand New or Coheed, but like but like they do love music a lot, and like I mean Atlas has the like other sides of your nerd. I'm sure he loves music too. He loves playing piano.
The weirdest thing about him is he loves music, but he loves music that like I don't listen to. He finds these ridiculous songs and they're fun for him, and he just like absorbs it and he loves it, and I just want him to like my music.
Listen, man, pop in the Bright Eyes album and enjoy this. It's melancholy at its finest, Atlas.
You cry with Daddy now. You don't cry, I'm gonna make you cry. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, dude. So that's what I'm gonna be doing this week, is making my son cry to music that I like. but
that's good.
But thank you all for watching and listening. Thank you for joining us for 50 freaking episodes now. It's been amazing. I'm so sorry that like I'm probably coughing throughout some of this episode.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting the.
Don't you dare, Steven. Don't you say it. I can't have you feeling that way, Steven.
I think it's just allergies for me personally.
All right, good. But no, it's like I'm still getting through it. I'll be okay. I'm on like the upswing. I'm like everything's coming up Millhouse. I'm like working my way through it. I tasted my coffee today, so I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. I'm thankful everyone's been watching and listening and supporting us, and you're all amazing. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Steven, how do you think it went?
I think it went fantastic. I think it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time, good episode. Oh, I hope so. If not, I'm gonna blame Jameson. I'm gonna blame him.
You know, that interview might even just be a bonus to this episode.
I was thinking the same thing too. So like, even if he comes in like after the fact,
I think he has all the intentions of doing it. And I think it's really like almost on us for not just getting that interview done way before.
I knew we should have. I know
we should have. It really is on us. But
lesson learned. Like next time I'm courting a celebrity, I'm gonna just pull that trigger.
Take him on the. Yeah, I mean, you can't wait the 3 days on those.
Can't wait the 3 days. Gotta.
You gotta fire your shot.
Gotta shoot that shot.
Just so you know, Kevin Smith.
I'm gonna get Kevin Smith.
We're coming for you.
I want to get Kevin Smith. We're coming for you by episode 100. I swear we're gonna get.
Oh man, we could. I think we could do it. I think he would enjoy us. I think he would have a good time.
I want to get Kevin Smith on our show by episode 100. That's been the goal. I'm gonna try it, and he's gonna love it. He's gonna love our podcast. I hope.
Pauly Shore would be cool too.
That would be pretty funny to have Pauly Shore on our podcast for sure.
We should write the Weasel verse. Like I think that's what we need to do.
It's a thing. I want to. Oh my gosh! I at least want to come up with like a solid pitch for him, and then pitch it to him and see what he says, just for fun. But then again, he might like run away and be like, stop pitching. Why does everyone always pitch me the Weasel verse? And he like runs away. It would be pretty amazing if people were just constantly pitching Pauly Shore, just like, you need to have a shared universe, all your characters, man. But I mean, it's true though. I mean, like Link from Encino Man is in like 3 movies. That ties together a Pauly Shore universe unlike anything we've ever seen before. And I feel like he needs to make it happen. And we're going to write this, Steven. We're going to write it. It could be a vampire movie. I can make it work.
Crosses over with the Frog Brothers.
Like, oh my gosh! Can you imagine? Can you imagine Pauly Shore as a vampire? It would be so good.
Oh man, check it out, buddy.
I just need it. I need it so bad.
He like bites the neck. He's like, "Wheeze the juice."
Wheeze in the juice.
Thank you all so much for following us. I know we already said that, but like it really does mean so much to us. Like you're making it happen. Like we are pursuing our dreams and it's happening. So we're just going to continue to push and we're going to continue to do our best to entertain you. And we love you.
Thank you so much for listening this week. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been We Have Issues. Thank you so much. Put the music video there again, just for fun. I don't know if I should have my face in there, just a shirt.
It's okay. That's the. Just spill a little bit on the floor. It's okay.
Just drop it all.
Just do it. Just be confident.
I can't do it.
You should. Taping of Lost Boys take like 1,000,006. That way you can center on the screen.
Open your eyes fiercely. Pretend the ceiling's the floor. There you go.
My hair fell off.